Welcome in to another night, Mile High Racing. Got a little bit of something different for you tonight. You can obviously see it playing in the background. I got a sped up version of me doing just over one race of stop motion and what it looks like behind the scenes. And obviously it's the first time I'm showing my face on camera too, so enjoy looking at the mug. But welcome in to, I think this video is about 7 minutes of me making every single tiny, tedious movement possible on the track and really showing y'all how passionate and how much I really do enjoy doing this. Obviously, a couple beverages are involved while doing this, which is fine, but this is kind of my getaway right now. Usually find some sort of car thing related to do, and I switch from hobby to hobby every now and again, but really kind of found my meal ticket with this, I believe, and just trying to perfect it, let's put it that way. It's a very difficult thing to do, as I've said before a few times. But I'll kind of give you an overview here. I'm in my basement, and that is a 132 Carrera slot car track back there in the background. And I'm on baby duty, so you can see the monitor back there. This is literally a day in the life. And you see the Goodyear blimp at the top for the racetrack, and that's moving back and forth. I've noticed that I'm going to have to take that damn thing down because it's casting shadows in different areas as I'm taking pictures on my track, which is unacceptable. Also, you'll notice me standing up against the wall and kind of staying away from creating a shadow on the track as well, right? So there's been a few learnings. I've did multiple videos down here in the basement already after moving the track, and I know I haven't posted anything recently, but it's primarily because I'm trying to get it down to where there's not an imperfection in the video that I post. And again, an overview of kind of what I'm doing here. I'm getting cars up to the staging area from their parking spots. So I'll be overlaying audio onto this. At the end of this video, I think I'm just going to kind of put it on there without any audio because that also takes a lot of time, that video editing piece. So that way you can all see what this 2 hour plus amount of work kind of entails. And it really comes down to 30 seconds of real-time stop motion, which is really incredible. It just kind of shows the amount of work I'm putting in and the passion that I have for doing this right now. It's a lot of fun. And what's really unfortunate is the iPad didn't have enough memory to take the video as long as I wanted it to, so it only took about 28 minutes in real time, which I've shortened down to 7 minutes here, just over 7 minutes. So you're not going to be able to get to see how long it takes me to do each burnout and the actual racing on the track, and watching how tedious those movements are. These cars in the background are very easy. There's really only one thing I got to perfect on those, and that's just not moving them too fast. I can't have those moving faster than cars that are on the track, right, going in the opposite direction, which I know I'm kind of being picky here, but if I'm going to do this, it's got to be done right. I'm not going to put something out that's going to look half-assed. I've said that a few times in a few other videos, but now that I'm really in it and I got a diorama and I got the stage set, I'm definitely going to hone the skills first before I set up my first video. So I think that I did a pretty good job with this one. You'll see it's kind of muscle memory when I get down to the end. I'm doing the race that's on the track right now. I think I got a Vega versus a Barracuda out there. But when they start the race, you'll see the cars in the background. I, for some reason, speed up the cars in the background that are going to the staging line too, because it's just I'm moving the cars on the track a certain amount, and I did not stop doing that when I was moving the cars in the background. But anyway, nonetheless, it turned out pretty damn good. And you'll start to see me here in a second pull down the, well, actually, you see me doing right now, you see me checking my list over there. So I have a list on the left-hand side of that paper over there on that track that shows who's racing against who in the 16-car tournament. So that way I can check in who the hell's got to pull out of parking spots and get up to the staging line, right? And then on the right side of that paper, you'll see me reference it, really frequently here. Sometimes when I step away or I forget about something, but it has the list of cars that are moving at this time. So right now, I just started moving another car, and right there, the Roadrunner that's on that trailer, I went over there and marked it down on that sheet of paper. And then you also see I went back over there to grab some tack. Actually, I have some white sticky tack over there that I use for the cars that are coming off the trailer. Use it for a few other things on the track, obviously to keep some things in place for each photo. And man, it's a pain in the ass with tweezers, metal tweezers at that. I need to rub like some, I don't know, olive oil on there before I start messing around with the tack, so that way it doesn't stick. But I get to the point where I'm start to hold the cars with a finger on the other side, and even when you think you have a pretty steady hand, you don't. Camera catches every single movement that you make and every body shift, because we all know the axles on these cars that, you know, the body shifts a lot when you touch the car, and the wheels can obviously stay in place. But and I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but you'll notice me going over there against the wall and just kind of standing there for a second looking at my watch. I'm getting phone calls and I haven't quite figured out how to cancel those calls while I'm taking these images, and if I move my phone, it's all over. So I just kind of gotta have to wait for the call and let it pass until I kind of get to the next picture. But I also have a clicker in my hand, which is really nice. I don't have to touch the phone. My first videos that y'all would have saw, I was touching the phone every single time, and there was little imperfections, little movements of the frame here and there, which is, you know, it's not what real stop motion folks do. So anyway, going back to kind of the tediness of this, you'll see every single movement that I'm putting in here. There's a reference that I got to go back to in my brain to say, hey, these 10 cars are moving right now. And I'll tell you, that has bit me in the ass a couple of these test runs, and writing them down has definitely helped, but still get a little bit lost. And if you miss one move on a car, it's hard to make up for that. You may be able to just kind of have it halt and stop for a couple sessions, a couple photos, but it's highly unlikely. So, oh, and there's the smoke. I'm getting ready to do the burnouts, which again you're not going to be able to see because the iPad stopped videoing at about half an hour or so. Anyway, I'm going to put the stop motion video in here at the end, and I wanted to tell you a few things. Thanks for the support that you're showing. I know I don't have a lot of followers, but the ones that I have, you guys really appreciate what I'm doing and are excited about this. And stay tuned for more content coming your way. I'm going to be putting together the pink slip flyers here pretty soon. It's going to be send in your own custom made drag car, you know, something that it's called a no prep race, I think, something you're working on in the garage with your buddies, or something you built with your dad, like in real life, right? So none of these pro stock cars or anything like that. It's probably going to be the first pink slip race. I'm looking to do about 16 entries, but we'll see what kind of participation we get. I know a few folks are excited about it, so stay tuned for that. I'll be putting together that flyer, post a YouTube video, get an Instagram post out there too. So that's going to be coming down the pike. And just real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to JDC Creations. He kind of got me started in the hobby and in the drag racing, and I've kind of converted into the stop motion. So thanks, Jay. Appreciate you. And one last thing, and not to get grim, obviously I'm Mile High. I live in Colorado, and I'm sure that most of you have seen on the news to kind of bring in this new year. We've had some serious wildfires out in Colorado, and there's been a lot of folks impacted. And you know, I think it would not do me well if I didn't say something about it. So, you know, if you can, get out there and donate to these folks. There's a ton of organizations out there. I know I've done my part and continuing to do so. And yeah, man, just live every day like it's your last, right? Thanks for stopping in. Really appreciate all the support again, y'all. And stay tuned to the channel.